Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. We are kicking off the work week for you. It's a Monday. It's August the 30th. Hard to believe September is almost upon us. We've got your HCC news and information for the next half hour. Also, some special guests. Dr. Tony Rayos-Sutherland is my co-host this morning. Tony, before we get started, I've got to say, our hearts and prayers certainly go out to our neighbors, and many of us have family and friends in New Orleans and across Louisiana, and our thoughts and prayers are with them today because they're going through some very, very difficult times, which we all know, unfortunately, all too well.
Absolutely. I have family in Louisiana too. And it's like they keep getting hit over and over again, one hurricane after another one. So, but yeah, our prayers are definitely with them.
Yeah, a lot been going on. It's very troublesome to watch, but it appears the storm has passed through. Now the recovery efforts start, and they will remain in our prayers. Okay, let's move on to today's show. We've got a couple of special guests. You're going to be interviewing a guest from the Children's Museum Houston.
Absolutely. Mr. O.
Yeah, you'll be interviewing him in a second. But first, we want to remind everyone about our HCC, our Houston Community College District's social media. And we're back on HCCTV with Up to the Minute.
Absolutely. On social media, you can see us on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Just look for Houston Community College District to locate us. And then Monday through Friday on HCCTV on our cable channel, noon and at 5 p.m. You can see us then too.
That's right. Okay, Tony, we'll check in with you in a little while. Today, we're visiting with Mr. O from the Children's Museum of Houston, who brings us an update on what they have planned for the fall. Mr. O, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are y'all doing today?
We're doing great. I know you guys always have some wonderful things going on for the kids and for the whole family out at the Children's Museum. We're looking forward to hearing about all of those things, and we're going to get to you very shortly. So stick around. We'll be with you very soon. Okay, we're going to move on to our HCC guest of the morning. Of course, Nicole Finazzi. She is with Coleman College of Health Sciences. And good morning to you, Nicole. How are you? Well, your microphone is off. We can get you to unmute your mic. There we go. Good morning,
You only
Nicole.
told me twice.
Yeah, that's all right. How are you doing?
I'm well. Thank you so much. How are you?
We're good. It's Mental Health Monday. And, during these stressful times, many of us turn to the professionals who can help us out and try to live peaceful and fulfilling lives. I know it's challenging these days. You guys have a program out there called the Human Services Technician Program. Tell us what that is and what the technicians ultimately do.
Well, the Human Service Technology Program consists of 4 different tracks. All 4 tracks provide a great foundation for counseling and social services. And you're absolutely correct. These last 18 months have been very stressful. So students wanting to go in to be a psychiatric technician, a social worker, a psychologist, a chemical dependency health counselor, a plethora of jobs will be well prepared going through our programs.
Mental health, it seems like over the past few years, mental health awareness has been a huge topic of discussion, mainly because, a lot of people are feeling that the government or, the powers that be aren't providing enough mental health care for people. Obviously, the people who are getting into this profession are there to try to alleviate some of these problems that many people deal with on a daily basis.
Absolutely. Well said, Todd. So we like to remind people every chance that we get that mental health is just as important as physical health.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I'm very happy that our program is located at Coleman College for Health Sciences. So, for example, you bring the problems of the last few years, that includes the opioid epidemic, right?
Yeah, right.
So one of our most popular programs is the Chemical Dependency Counselor Certificate that can be earned fairly quickly and prepare students to be interns for the state of Texas and get right to work addressing that issue in our community.
You talk about the opioid epidemic. That is something that has evolved over the past, decade or so and gotten a lot worse. Your program stretches back for many years. And I imagine the program at Coleman, like with, dealing with the opioid epidemic, the program has had to evolve to keep up with society's needs.
Absolutely. Actually, this year is our 35th year at HCC, which is amazing. So the program did start simply to address the community's needs for more psychiatric technicians. But as I said, because the substance use disorders have pretty much gotten out of control across the nation, chemical dependency counselor has become one of our most popular certificates.
Your program is also one of the only open admission programs at Coleman College. What does that mean?
So with all of the programs except us at Coleman, students have to apply. It's a competitive admissions process. We are just like Houston Community College as a whole. We welcome everybody. We are open admission. So you do your application to HCC and you can immediately begin taking courses in any one of our tracks.
If you're a full-time worker, which many of our students are, is this a very flexible program? Are courses offered online? Are they offered in person? Are they offered to where you can maybe go to school, go work full-time and go to college part-time if needed?
Absolutely. Students have the option of attending part-time or full-time. Of course, going full-time means that you will finish faster. Our courses are typically offered in person with a few online. However, with this last 18 months since the pandemic started, we have moved 100% remote. So it's a great opportunity for those that are working a full-time job during the day or night or whatever to go ahead and enroll in one of these programs and complete the program online.
People may be wondering, are there funds available for this program? I know HCC just got about $59 million in emergency funding for HERF, which is the Higher Education Emergency Relief Bill, because of COVID. Is that funding available for your students, and can they also apply for financial aid just like any HCC student?
Absolutely. Our students, we love to connect our students with any resources that come across our table. So those resources that you just mentioned absolutely are open to all HCC students. We encourage students to apply for financial aid. Many assume that they're not eligible, but why not apply and find out?
Sure.
We encourage students to apply for grants, of course. We don't want to, contribute to that ongoing loan crisis that happens when students finish college, but there are a ton of options available.
Do you help them with job placement as well? Do you find that most of your students have jobs by the time they are certified and graduate?
They actually do. And the interesting fact with our program is that regardless of which track a student does, there's a practicum that's required for that track. And a practicum, for those that don't know, is essentially an internship, an unpaid internship. So our students, while they're in the program, are making those connections within the community and often will finish with a job already lined up.
The full length of the program, are there different certifications, different levels? And I imagine you can go on to a 4-year degree and beyond if you'd like to.
Absolutely. So our Community Health Worker Award can be completed in as few as 16 weeks. And I need to mention that's the program that requires no textbooks. All of the content, the state certified content, is built into the courses. So very inexpensive, very quick, great starting salary. We have a Prevention Specialist Award, which also provides students the opportunity to learn how to educate others on prevention, substance use prevention. The Chemical Dependency Counselor Certificate, going full-time, could be completed in a year. If you go part-time, of course, as long as you keep going, we just encourage you to keep going, could take a little bit longer. And then the Associate Degree in Human Service, that's our generalized associate degree, which regardless of which area of social science a student wants to go into, that provides them a great foundation. So whether it be working with the elderly, the disabled, as I said earlier, a social worker, a psychologist, that's going to provide them a great foundation.
So could you in turn get the AAS Human Services 2-year degree and then also get licensed as a chemical dependency counselor? It sounds like you could do both of those and they all fit into one.
The funny thing is, whether the students think that they are or not, they are working on both at the same time.
Yeah.
So as I said, the chemical dependency counselor is the most popular. As students are completing those courses, every single one of those courses applies to the associate degree. So you've already cut that associate degree in half completing that certificate.
There's certainly a need out there, as Nicole mentioned. If you'd like to know more about Coleman College's program here that we're talking about, you can go to hccs.edu/Coleman or hccs.edu/healthsciences and explore. They're currently enrolling. We are here at HCC. We got second start starting on September the 20th. So you got to do so pretty quickly. And if you want to get some of those HERF funds, now's the time to enroll. You got to be a fall student in order to do it. Nicole, thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All right. Take care and stay safe.
You too. Bye.
Okay. We are going to move out to the Children's Museum of Houston. Dr. Tony Reyes Sutherland has got a special guest talking about fun things to do in the fall, Tony.
Oh, and this is going to be a fun interview, I can tell. Mr. O, or also known as Keith Osfeld, but better known as Mr. O. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing today, Tony?
Doing pretty good. Well, I understand that the Children's Museum of Houston has all kinds of neat things happening. So tell me a little bit about that.
So we've got a ton of things coming up this fall. So obviously we just had a phenomenal summer. We appreciate seeing everyone. We know everyone's heading back to school. So we have all kinds of great things lined up. We are still going to be open during our typical hours of Tuesday through Saturday. We are no longer open on Sundays. So just to kind of make everyone aware of that, our hours are from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. Most days. Thursday nights, we do have our free family night. So that is when we are open for free, but only from 5 to 8 p.m. So we want to make sure to invite everyone to come out. September is typically when we start really changing everything around. We kind of get everything all geared up and getting ready for a big push for the rest of the fall because, Halloween is right around the corner. And Children's Museum Houston, if I can get our name out right today, I have not had enough coffee yet. We are, love to transform the entire museum to get ready for Halloween. But right now, what we're doing is we are going to still be continuing our all-time access programming. If you're not familiar with that, for the past year and a half now, we have been creating videos online that we are on social media as well as on YouTube. We produce anywhere from 5 to 15 new videos a week. All of our educators get involved in this. We all love to just chit chat with our visitors, but when we can't have our visitors in front of us, we still want to chit chat. So it's very helpful for us to be able to provide all these wonderful educational programming. We've done well over 1,800 videos at this point since we started this a year and a half ago. So we've been very, very busy, and there's a lot of videos out there to get through. So one of the things I really want to make sure to start promoting is our brand new app called MyCMH. So if you go to mycmh.cmhouston.org, or you go to our website at cmhouston.org and click on our all-time access, you'll find a link to our MyCMH app. And there you can search through roughly 800 of these videos based upon topic, age, interest, your favorite educators, if you happen to have one, lots of different things for you to go through. And we are working very hard right now to get those as native apps onto both Android and iOS. So that's coming soon. Kind of keep an eye out for that. If you can't make it to the museum, of course, we have our 3D virtual field trips. And so what this is we have actually scanned the inside of several of our galleries. So you can virtually walk through a particular gallery. We have what we call info dots all around us. These little colored dots. You tap on one and it might come up with a quick factoid, or it might come up with a video from one of our educators who explains what a component does, or even something you can try at home.
Ooh, that sounds like lots of fun. I know. I went to the website and looked at that virtual. That is so neat. You just moved around as if you're there, just turning around and around. That's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, and we're very excited, and we have new ones coming out regularly. So you got to keep going back and checking, and we're also going to be updating some of our current ones. For example, right now I'm in our How Does It Work gallery at our science station area, but we're going to be updating this gallery with new components coming up in the next few weeks. And once we do that, we're going to rescan the gallery and develop a brand new virtual field trip that you can go on. So you got to make sure to check that out.
So the secret spy game, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, Here's the deal. In 2009, when the Children's Museum of Houston expanded way back a long time ago, it feels like now, we discovered a strange vein of crystals underneath the museum because, of course, we dug down and built a second level. And these crystals were emitting energy, and it was really weird. So we had the U.S. Department of Geosciences come out and investigate. And what we did is we actually managed to figure out how to harness that energy as free energy all around the museum. But, of course, whenever you try to do something good, evil must raise its nefarious head. And so the ridiculously intelligent villainous agent league or rival has come along to try to steal the crystals and all of our technology that goes with it. And so we have formed the Special Elite Crime Resolution and Espionage Team, or SECRET. And so, but of course, we can't have adult agents running around the children's museum. It's way too obvious. So we need kids to come out and become secret agents and go on missions all around the museum where they have to uncover clues, solve problems, and help defeat the villains, all and help save the museum, basically.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I know my grandkids will love that.
Oh, yes. And it's really great. We recommend it for ages 7 and up, but 6 and 5-year-olds can do it with just a little more parental help because there's a little more reading involved and things like that. But, you want to wear the kids out. This is a great extra piece to do here at the museum because it really will walk you all around the museum. Just make sure wear your walking shoes that day. And of course, make sure you're tracking all your steps.
I love it. I love it. Well, you have a special day, October 11th, is it?
Yes.
What is that all about?
So October 11th is going to be our Explorabilities Day. So this is where we have kids with differentiated learning needs. And so we invite them to come in for a very special day all their own. So it's a private event. It is just for kids who are usually on the autism spectrum and who need that little extra need. What we do is we actually turn off a lot of the sound in the museum. We turn off a lot of our flashing lights inside the museum. And basically, they can still come in and have a wonderful museum experience, but with a far reduced crowd. We actually, and we always have earmuffs that anyone can check out. So if you come here and it's just too loud, we have earmuffs for them, but we also have earmuffs that day as well. So that way they can just kind of focus on really just enjoying the museum the way everyone gets to, but we give them their own special time here where they can really focus in on what they want to do.
And I heard that you have therapy dogs there.
We will. Yes, we will have therapy dogs out. Yes, I totally forgot about that. Thank you. Yes, we have therapy dogs.
I want to go just to be with the therapy dogs. That's what I want.
Yes, indeed. Especially after this year, we all
care
need
about the rest. I just want
dogs.
the therapy dogs. No, I'm just kidding. Very, very good. Okay. And then also you have it's called the Amazing Immature exhibit. What is an immature exhibit?
Yes. So we have two. So we have two changing exhibits. One of them is here at the Children's Museum of Houston. But we also have our Fort Bend location. For those not familiar, we do have a satellite location out at Fort Bend at the old Imperial Sugar Mill. And it's a Fort Bend Children's Discovery Center. And we just changed out the exhibit there to our Amazingly Immature exhibit. And so what this exhibit is about is it allows you to explore STEM concepts. So science, technology, engineering, mathematics concepts, but from a very immature angle. So these are things that many of us may have done when we were kids or always wanted to do when we were kids. And of course, kids today don't always think about some of these things because they have their phones and things like that. Well, we had to entertain ourselves a lot more back before we all had cell phones and YouTube and all the other wonderful things that kind of keep TikTok and just kind of refocus us. So we have everything from learning how to juggle scarves to learning how to take funny photos using perspective on your phones. Because look, I'll go back to the phones, making boomerangs, making paper airplanes, learning how to snap off a lid to make it fly through the air. And of course, the most wonderful thing of all is we have a tablecloth pull where you can stack up plates and yank the table. Learn how to yank a tablecloth out.
That I want to learn.
And it's a ton of fun. And of course, here at the Children's Museum, we have our Sights Unseen exhibit. So this is all about human vision, which is pretty amazing. I got to say, all the things we can do, but there's a lot we don't see that some animals can. So what we do is we kind of open up the world to everyone to understand how does human vision work, what are all the things we really can see and why, but also what are all the things we're not seeing and why, and how might it look? So we want to encourage everyone to come out and take a look at all the things you can and can't see in Sights Unseen.
That sounds wonderful. Now, you mentioned Halloween earlier. Now, what do y'all do during that time?
Okay, so for Halloween, we actually transformed the entire museum into Growstopia. And so we have decorations that go up everywhere. We do special Halloween programming for almost the entire month of October, starting that second full week of October. So that'll be October the 11th. We'll be doing trick-or-treating. So you need to check out the times on our website because it's not all day, every day, but definitely I think it's 4 to 6 p.m. during the week. And then on weekends, we will be doing it all day long, every weekend. And then we have all kinds of special events planned. So we're going to have a slime off near the end of the month. So make sure to go to cmhouston.org and check out all the great things that are going to be going on this Halloween.
So can the kids come with costumes on and things like that?
Absolutely. Just as long as they still have the mask on. Now, again, a Halloween mask doesn't count as the mask. We need you to have that mask on. But otherwise, yes, we want to see all your costumes. It's too much fun. We didn't get a ton of time last Halloween to really enjoy anything with our visitors because we were closed. We did a couple of specials and things like that, but we really want to see all the kids come out in their costumes and really come celebrate Halloween with us because it's one of our favorite holidays here.
That is so great. And so what do they have to, where do they have to go to get tickets or how much does it cost, that kind of thing?
Absolutely. So we are asking that everyone make online reservations. We have been selling out because we have a limited capacity right now. So make sure to go to our website, cmhouston.org, like Children's Museum, cmhouston.org. Right up near the top, you'll see a place to click to purchase tickets. You can buy your tickets. If you have one of our free passes, there's instructions on the free pass on how to redeem it online. But do make sure to make your reservations. We don't want to leave anyone out of the fun. So make sure you make those online reservations. It's $12 for adults and kids. Children under one are free.
Excellent. Excellent. I can't wait to go. I'm going to take my grandkids. That gives me a good excuse to
absolutely
have fun myself.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I see a day off in Tony's future for the grandkids out there.
Yes.
Mr. O, thanks for being here this morning and bringing us up to date. We'll have a link to the Children's Museum Houston in the social media post for the show. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right, a lot to do, as you can see, for the kids and really for the whole family here in the Houston area. Now on to our news and announcements for HCC. We talked about this earlier, but it's important to mention again. HCC received $59 million from the Higher Education Emergency Relief Fund in response to the COVID pandemic. You're saying, well, what does this mean to me? It means if you request these funds, if you're a fall student, you could be eligible to receive the funding to assist you in paying off your college for the fall. It's a great deal. The funds will be dispersed in 2 payments. Now you can use the funding for your college tuition, pay it all off. You can use it for books, but also for childcare, healthcare, food, housing, transportation, things involving you getting to school, getting to college, attending. That's what this funding can be used for. We'll have a link in the social media post on just how you can apply because you have to ask for it. It's emergency funding, but it's really life-changing. It could really pay off all of your tuition this fall. Meditech Orman auction needs your help, Tony. We've got that's coming up as well.
Yes, it's going to happen November 6th, but they need your help now. One, we need donated items so that the auction, we have something to auction off. And they also want you to register for the event. So be prepared. And this is very important. It helps the adjunct and full-time instructors learn more, have professional development, and then in turn that actually helps the students because the more experience the faculty, the more experience the students can receive.
That's right. So make sure you help them out. Okay, another thing to remember, we're going to skip on down to Recipe for Success Fall workshops. Throughout the fall semester, HCC is offering virtual workshops on skills to help you succeed at HCC. Coming up soon, how to bounce back. September 1st, that's from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Lost your motivation, wondering how to deal with stressful times and situations? Let's take a look at resilience. That's what that one is all about. The next one, how to win at math. Pretty self-explanatory. You want to win at math. You want to learn how to do it. Feel stuck? Well, you can get some assistance by checking them out on September the 8th at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Also, communication skills for success, September 9th, 11 a.m. We'll have links to all of these workshops. They're free, and we'll have links in our social media posts for the show. Tony, we want to remind folks that if you missed out on registering for fall classes, it's not too late to register for Second Start and to get on with financial aid and that HERF funding as well.
Absolutely. Second Start begins September 20th, but you can register for it right now. So go ahead and register now for that, and you can get your fall semester taken care of.
Yes. So go to hccs.edu/now. Register early. When we know that most of the academic classes are, in fact, all of the academic classes are online for the first 4 weeks of college this fall semester, but classes are expected to resume in person at some time. When they do, they're going to be very small. They'll be following CDC guidelines. So those classes, you can ask Dr. Tony, she has a class. Those classes fill up pretty fast, the in-person meetings. So to get the one you want, the time you want, the instructor you want, well, you need to register early. So make sure you do so. Register today. So tomorrow on the show, Tony, we got a couple of special guests.
Yes, we have Raquel Sim. She's coming back, and she's going to tell us some of the latest things that are happening in the Fort Bend County area.
That's right. And we'll also meet with one of our presidents, the one from Southwest College, Dr. Madeline Barillo Hopkins. We'll meet with her. And later in the week, we meet with HCC's new chief of police, Michael Benford. All that and more on Up to the Minute. All right, Tony, you're back tomorrow?
Yes, I am.
All right. Tony's back tomorrow. I'll be here as well. Once again, say a prayer for the folks out in Louisiana. They're going through a lot of tough things that we all know all too well, and our hearts and prayers are with them. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. live on Up to the Minute.